This truly is an indoor rainforest.
Got water. So freaking cool.
Brian just informed me this has to be done today.
Ed, sun is going down. You're still in there.
I got a long way to go.
Things are going crazy. We're running out of time. How are we looking?
Not good right now. So you remember last week, we had a bunch of problems to overcome. We had to come in, we had to evaluate the situation, then we had to make everything work in our favor, working through the opening. We had to find the plumbing, the piping system to run the pipe. We had to pull all that sand out of there. We had to get the aqua basin in place. We had to move all the materials from outside inside to get everything staged. Now we are ready to create this incredible indoor rainforest. Brian just informed me this has to be done today. He needs to get this place rented out. Plus there's tons of other contractors coming in. So this entire door system that's right next to us, next to this tank, is actually getting removed within hours. So we have to make all this stuff happen. We have to work together. You can tell we're already in a tight situation. Typical, right? On construction projects, lots of contractors, we're all trying to get the same thing done. So they have their job of getting the door in place. We have our job of moving all of our materials in and pulling this thing off all together at the same time by the end of today. Now what I want to point out is that massive aqua basin inside of there. Remember, we had some challenges just thinking about getting that in place. It's in, but now we have to hide it. I don't want to see that big black box. Like everything we do, I don't want to see the infrastructure. I want to know that it works, but when I'm done, I don't want to see any of that stuff. So what we're going to do, this is a trick that we've done for countless trade shows as well as other indoor features. We're going to come in with a series of sandbags. So the sandbags, we're going to leave them inside the bags. We're going to create a series of terraces and we're going to kind of disguise that kind of like in a pyramidal shape. Then we're going to take all of this incredible black sand that we pulled out and we're going to top dress everything. So it's going to look like this black sand dune, and this actually looks like a really dark black earth in my opinion. Then we're going to come in with some beautiful plantings. It's all going to be fake plantings. I would love to do something alive inside of here because you know I love that type of stuff, but Brian is looking for super low maintenance, and the way to do that is to come in with some fake vegetation. They don't have to worry about watering it, caring for it, and things like that, which would be very difficult. We're going to work our way up towards the back. We have a couple things that we have to take into consideration from a viewing standpoint as well as logistical. We have that incredible beautiful stump. I want that to go in the back left corner. That's going to kind of taper itself down, but I want to make sure that we have that beautiful view going into the outside as well as from the outside into the inside. I don't want to block that. I want to disguise it a little bit just to make it look like you're actually in a rainforest, but I don't want to totally block it. So I'm going to have to cut that stump apart, and we're going to have to start layering in all these other pieces and parts as well as the vegetation to create a spectacular waterfall which will completely transform this property.
So we're definitely making some progress here, Ed. We are about halfway through the day. We have people that are renting tomorrow, so this has to be up and done. We have contractors doing doors. I mean, things are going crazy. We're running out of time. How are we looking?
Not good right now.
Really?
Now you're kind of giving me a little stress here. It looks like we got a lot done, but there's all that detail work is really slow. We're gonna have to kick it in gear. Thankfully, we have lights.
Good.
we can work into the night if we need to.
Yeah, we may be here till like 2 in the morning, but it has to get done today. I mean, have no choice. No more talking. Let's get working.
I'm ready. Brian, our next step, we got the basin in, we got the sand around it, we got some of that driftwood and stuff in the front. Next thing is the signature piece. This is what the water feature is going to be made from.
I'm no mathematician here, but that isn't going to fit.
It is not going to fit.
So what's your solution?
We're going to have to get our saws all out, and we're going to have to just start cutting this thing in half.
What a
I
shame.
think if we just sliced it down right through here and over here, we'll have two separate pieces. Screw it back together, get a little moss, a little foam. We're in business.
Foam fixes everything.
You got it. feel much better now that we have, I mean, this is the main piece. This is really what's setting the stage for this interior rainforest. I mean, I could just picture this kind of a misty fog, and you got the moss and lichens. We're gonna have these ferns and stuff hanging over, and then a little bit of that color from the bird of paradise and from the orchids and things like that. It's really gonna be those little touches that make the difference. Then we got some beautiful mosses as well to accentuate what's already here. We also have a few pieces that are more driftwood. This piece of cedar came literally out of a forest, so it was in that environment. Some of the other pieces, beautiful characters, but they've been sun bleached, so none of the mosses and stuff like that are left on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in with our waterfall foam sealant. We're going to put that on the moss, we're going to stick it on there, and we're going to have that moss draping over all these different things. It's really going to be awesome.
Ed, sun is going down. You're still in there.
And I got a long way to go.
A long way to go? Well, we're running out of time. We got lights. Okay, good. No sleeping tonight. Coffee, energy drink?
I may need something.
Okay, good. I got you.
We are getting down to details now. Now we have a couple discharge points for water. Got one right over here in this little pocket, and got another one back here. There's a big giant void right in here, and that's kind of where we cut the two pieces apart. I foamed it, I filled it with some of the geotextile, then I put more foam and then a layer of that moss in there, so it really makes everything disappear. We're just taking these wide-headed screws, has like a washer head on it, and I just fold the liner on top of itself. It makes it a double thick layer, and then we can get that screw in there. That holds that nice and tight. I left this open over here for two reasons. One, this is kind of a really funky pocket, and if water leaks out, I want it to be able to drain back down inside, so it's going to get caught in between. The other reason, you can see there's a valve in there. I want to be able to have access to that valve to adjust water flow. You can see over here, raising up these little pockets, tucking moss, little rocks and things. I still have to kind of cover up some of the liner and things like that. So all that's coming together. The challenge, you can see I have no room to work in here. And then our pump right here, we modified the top, which I was okay with. I will cover this up with stone. See that little white thing right there? That is our water fill line. So that has that 1/4-inch tubing that we fed through the pipe system down here in the bottom, going all the way outside. You can also see it is pitch black outside. We are trying to meet our goal of having this done today. We still have 3.5 hours left of today, and we're going to take a bunch of that. So I'm dropping in some of the plants, working our way from here around this back edge over here to the front.
Got water.
We got water coming in. That's a big step. So I'm happy about that. But we got to work our way from here all the way out, and we have to have access to get ourselves out of here.
It's crazy to see it come from, like when we first put stuff in there, I was like, wow, this is really cool, you know? But then every time you add a layer and a layer and a layer, it just gets better and better and better. I mean, it's awesome. It really is.
It is very, very precarious in here. I have like a 12-inch by 12-inch section to stand on, and my feet are 12-inch. Yeah, it's tight.
Ooh. Oh, look at how freaking awesome that is. That is, oh my God, that thing is awesome.
Very happy with that. Nicely balanced, good water flow, good use of color. This truly is an indoor rainforest. Unbelievable. Only 12 hours. 13, 14? One day. We'll just call it a day, a full day. Now I could sit back on the couch, relax, listen to the sound of water. Unbelievable.
So good coming around this corner.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, dude, you freaking killed it, man. Doesn't it look amazing?
It looks insane.
It really does look good, man.
I love the look of that cedar stump.
Yeah.
But then we started disguising it. We started
Yeah.
hiding it, and we started getting that natural vegetation and sticking more moss to it and getting all that stuff, which just takes it to the next little level.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because when it was just the cedar, I thought it looked beautiful. And
Yeah.
I liked that. It was such a focal point.
Yeah.
But now that all these little pops of nature coming all over the place, and I love the way that, you know, again, the rocks kind of come down here. You got this cool juxtaposition between the black sand and it's just really beautiful, I tell you. It's so much better than I would have ever expected.
That's what we like to hear.
That's amazing. You did amazing, brother. I love you, man.
All right, buddy.